So Ja Morant is traded to Portland. So now you got Dame and Ja with Denny. That's nice, but they have a plethora of guards, right? Scoot, Drew, Shaden Sharp still there. So I did see like, is it possible that Jaylen Brown, that they trade some guards to the Boston for Jaylen Brown? I don't think it'll ultimately happen. But what's you guys' thoughts on Ja getting a fresh start?
Yeah, this is kind of like what I was saying. I think Nate said it perfectly earlier. It's like, you had guys from before, like John Morant's trade value before, when they were like that 1 seed or kind of coming off that. It's like, was that the time to move on? There was obviously the other stuff with him and all that, but it's like you just completely saw his like trade window just completely go away. And like you said, they got really nothing back. It was just at that point you do gotta move on. I think it was the right move to get rid of him, but at the end of the day, just it was kind of too little, too late for the Grizzlies there. I mean, it's going to be interesting rebuild for them. I think I'm kind of curious to see what they ultimately do. Looking back in like 2 years from now and see if they've done anything. 3 years, but yeah, I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts too. I don't think that this team is going to be that great though. I don't think the trade makes them that. I don't think acquiring Ja is going to. I think the West is just too good. Like I still that it's the same kind of thing where not to the exact point like the 2018 Cavs. So you just got like some really good like you got good names, and it's maybe out of their prime. But I think it's a little bit in the same line as that. Like I just think it's kind of a team put together, very guard heavy. I get that, but like we still need to see exactly what they do because right now I got them maybe five right now in the West as like the high as their ceiling. I just don't see them being better than I mean, I'm still curious. I think the Lakers are going to have a really good offseason too. I'm sure we'll get to them eventually, but I think they can still do a whole lot. I think obviously Spurs, Thunder, Nuggets will be interesting to see what happens with them too. I just think there's just too many teams right now where I would have way more confidence in the field versus the Portland Trailblazers. And we'll see. Obviously, I mean, I'm curious to see how Dame actually comes back. We haven't seen him play. He won the 3-point contest, so he can still shoot the rock, but in terms of actually, going out there and balling, is it one of those things where maybe he's just a little too past his prime and you got a guy like Ja who's, we'll see kind of what we get from him. But honestly, I'm not that like impressed with Portland Trailblazers roster personally.
Yeah, it's tough to tell right now, honestly. I mean, it just happened like an hour ago,
Yeah.
so still kind of digesting it
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit. But I honestly, at first glance, like I love this move for Portland. They didn't really have to give up a ton. I feel like Jeremy Grant has been on their trade block for a while. Chris Murray, he's not his brother. He's still good, but he didn't really pan out to I think what Portland wanted. And for Memphis, it was one of those like written on the wall for a while. I think with them being in the lottery, getting Boozer and just looking like they wanted a younger core. Obviously, they got rid of Jaren last year, and they're just kind of going towards that rebuild phase, obviously, right now. But for Portland, I mean, I like fifth seed right now. I think that's probably a good like middle ground to put them right now, just because we'll see how the rest of the roster starts. But Dame and Ja, and then Denny and Klingon and their surrounding guys are not bad. I think they could potentially have a pretty deep bench if they keep Shaden Sharp and keep Scoot. Drew might be on the move. We'll see kind of what happens with him. I know he's probably going to be pretty sought after for some of these other teams looking to compete, but man, they could have a nice little 8-9 man rotation there. I feel like, but yeah, we'll see. I feel like I kind of want to see what Ja like has to say before the season, what he thinks about it. And I don't know if he really ever said like any destinations that he wanted to go to. So Portland, I mean, I knew they've been kind of in the market, like in some Jalen Brown talks and other talks. So we knew they were kind of in the market to make a trade, but I was not expecting Portland for him to land there. So I'm excited to see, especially after how Portland kind of finished their season at the end of the year. And with them getting a new head coach now too, it's going to be fun to see kind of how they can play together.
Yeah, their head coach that's on a 1-year contract, by the way. It will be interesting to see as far as like from Portland's perspective, right, of how they just kind of like rotate the team. And if I don't see Drew staying there unless they're like, Ja, you're gonna come off the bench. Like your value's just that bad. You're just gonna come off the bench behind Dame. I think that would be kind of a slap in the face for him. But yeah, I would expect, Drew to at least probably be out the way. So and who knows?